for everyone. On top of most
natives that are in encampments, you can walk up to them like I have and ask them, why are they out here? This is my land. That's why I'm out here. That's what they all say, and they be receiving checks.
And the point is, no. Jesus. What are you talking?
I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying every last native descent receive a check. That's not what I'm saying.
Jacquel, and what I'm telling you, since every single last native person doesn't receive a check, and they should, like every white person was when they were born, just for having white skin. Oh, you're going to make it. You're going to get a scholarship. You have somebody in your family, your close uncle, that could give you $3,000 if you needed it. Every single one of them should. That's not what it is.
Every single one of them should. Every single one of us should.
Exactly. It's not a give or take. Yes, we're on the same scale, whatever.
You're not on the same scale.
Your point is saying that they receive more help, and I'm telling you, Jacquel, if you do not understand, when you walk in the streets, it doesn't matter how many buildings you see, Native American safe house, this, it does not matter how many buildings you see. The simple fact that you do not see any white communities of people underneath tents like that, Jacquel, they are forsaken. Because just like I talked about Katrina, how they forsaked us and they let all of our black asses sit out there and die. That is exactly what you are looking at. To say that they have more help, there's never no communities of white people sitting under bridges. They wouldn't ever be able to be like that. That's not an opportunity. That's not an option. That's not good for them because they're able to be cracked out and say, oh, this is my land.
Okay, so to some degree, I agree with what she's saying, but the validity of it, not necessarily, right? I'm gonna just let y'all know this, right? Where I live at, right, is close to a downtown, right? I see homeless white people every day. Okay, and I get the sentiment of what she's saying, like how for them it's not basically best to show white people struggling or stuff like that in the world. And what he's saying is black people, just like native people, should get checks and all of that. I think really, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, this is my actual thought. I think we are too far gone at that point. We're too far gone past that point. And welcome to the DeMarkco effect will get the full effect of me. If you were to give black people and native people, right, who basically the country was built off the backs of those people, right? If you were to give us money every month, it wouldn't work. Because the fucking money would go back to the very people that our people have an issue with. Not all, but some of our people have an issue with. Let me say that shit better. Okay, the issues would still be the same issues, right? And it's fucked up, but really, the people that they would give the money to, they probably would buy fucking Jordans and nice-ass cars and shit like that and just buy a bunch of bullshit, stuff that's really not good for their life or beneficial for their life, okay? And I do like what this caption right here. It says, I love my man deeply, but sometimes our views and knowledge don't align. The other day, he asked me what's happening in Palestine, and it made me realize I don't want to belittle him. I want to grow with him. We have a child who needs parents that can guide them in this world. Learning together is better than tearing each other down. Bingo. I think they got it right. Because there is tough things about the world, and you see that shit when you start to live on your own. There's a reality of what is actually going on in life that you don't fucking see when you're younger. So when you're going through this world and you meet somebody and y'all have a kid together, the worst thing to do is when y'all don't agree is to fuck around and be like, we don't want to do this no more. Okay? Because when you actually do your best to put into somebody, you and that person becomes better. Okay? You have to put 1 foot forward, especially when it comes to relationships as well. You cannot just be on some old right here, all right, we don't align, so fuck it. But I'm going to let the rest of the video play.
It's literally all of Minnesota saying, fuck them. Fuck the Native Americans. It doesn't matter how many checks they get, how many, whatever they get. You have never seen a community of a whole bunch of just Latinos staying under bridges. You know what you see when you go over south sometimes? You see a lot of them panhandling, selling fruits, trying to work for their labor. Our community and our culture is in every single thing. But one thing is we forsake those people because we really know we cannot kick them out. Everyone done got the message already. We can't kick these people out because we're not really going to help them. What the fuck good is a shelter going to do when you have not given these people the diamonds and the gold that you stole from them? That's the point. So now when you say these people have all these help, we would never, white people would never be able to have a whole encampment because somebody would drive by and be like, oh, what is this? This isn't right. Nobody's ever done that for us. That's what's happening to them. The simple fact that they're even able to be out there like that is the injustice itself. For you to look at people like that as if you're not oppressed and say they have help, they're not using it. You never seen. Never.
For some motherfuckers who get help from.
Hold on, before he go on, to some degree she is true though. Like in regards of she's basically talking about black people and she's basically talking about white people, the representation of the world, right? From what I got from what she was saying, right? She's basically saying that they aren't going to allow you to see white people struggling like black people, right? Because let's be real, whenever somebody see a black person on the street or some shit like that, not all the times, but very often, they'll look at you like, what the fuck did you do to become homeless, right? And that's just a reality, right? But one thing that we have to understand is even when it comes to white people have successful people they see all everywhere in the world, right? And I'm not even a blackety black person or anything like that, right? I'm more just the world is what the world is, right? So white people have white successful people on TV that they see, right? So they know they can get up and they can go and do some shit, be a scientist and all of that. Black people, you don't have it too much. You're going to see, as a black person, you're going to see the character's either going to be funny, good at a sport, a rapper, a tough guy, not really a nerd, right? So that is how some of these things are played and portrayed and put out in the world. And the fucked up part is it plays with the psyche of somebody, because if I can see somebody successful like myself, right? If I was a little kid and I seen me on a TV or me on a YouTube channel and I'm talking about stuff, I would be like, oh my God, this guy is smart. I can be like him, right? And it's that whole thing of, like she's saying in the video, like I said, to some extent, I agree with what she's saying. They don't want to put out white people struggling in the world because it wouldn't look a certain way to them. Okay? But let's continue. And like I said, I'm not a blackety black person. I love everybody. But there is realities in the world and some shit that we have to talk about.
The government,
don't,
the checks.
No, don't say some, because some of us get checks from the government too, and we're still down bad. We're broke right now. When I used to get food stamps, I was just getting unemployment. Don't say that. Talk about the system and not the people, because you're talking like an oppressor.
Because I'm talking like an oppressor.
Yes, you are. So for some people that get, it doesn't matter if they gave them the world. They literally killed, raped, murdered, sodomized these people for thousands of years. Just like they did us. You sound like a coon. You sound like a white person. Why can't they just get up from their bootstraps? And they've been sick. They make us sick. They keep us sick. So for you to say exactly what you're saying, you're literally proving my point. When we're over there, we get moved off the bus stops because we're not Native American. We're black and we're illegal.
We're black. Many shelters that caters to our people. We don't have that.
Every single shelter takes our people. You know why?
Every single shelter takes our people, but every single shelter does not cater to our people. Just our people.
And then just like I told you.
Yeah, just
like I told you.
There is no.
Jacquel, and you're making it so personal, and it's not, baby, because I'm telling you right now, if you swab your mouth, if you swab your mouth, if you cut, yeah, because if you swab your mouth sick.
Yes, sick. You're trying to put me on the internet for what? We're having a conversation.
We're having a conversation. We're having a debate, because this is something that needs to be. This is something that needs to be.
You're right.
I don't fuck with. I changed my mind. I don't fuck with the video that she posted, Because he clearly didn't want the video posted. And she said, fuck what you talking about. Post the video. Conversations like this is dangerous. The reason why it's dangerous is because when you fall too deep into seeing the realities of the world, you lose your innocence to some degree, right? So what happens is when you have conversations like the ones that they're having, these are good conversations to have because you can learn. But when it seems as if it's no learning like this video, it's not really much you really can learn from this video. It's just he say, she say, right? So when it comes to these videos, they're very dangerous because this mindset, if it travels over to another kid, it's fucked up because that kid is going to grow up with a mindset of the world just don't like me. And you should never operate in that way, okay? Because nobody owes you nothing, just like nobody owes the white person nothing like they be talking about in these videos. It's not a pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's a understand what the world is and just figure out your way through it. You know, but other than that, make sure y'all leave a like down below. Make sure y'all comment down below. And like I said, I don't want anybody in my video to feel like I'm talking down on anybody or nothing like that. But I said what I said, okay? Make sure y'all comment. If you just subscribed, I love you. If you already subscribed, I love you already. But other than that, have a good evening, good day, good night, good morning, wherever y'all at. And I'll see y'all. Peace out.